The moment had finally arrived. After subjugating nearly the whole of Europe and compelling its nations to sever their trade with the United Kingdom under the continental system, the French Empire now turned its gaze eastward. One by one, kingdoms had bent to Napoleon's will. Their economies redirected to serve his grand design of isolating Britain from the continent. Russia, too, had joined the blockade, reluctantly, yet formally, agreeing to disrupt all commerce with England. But the cost was immense. The Russian economy, deeply dependent on trade, began to falter. Markets weakened, revenues declined, and the strain of economic isolation threatened financial collapse. Faced with ruin, Russia withdrew from the continental system. To Napoleon, this was more than defiance. It was betrayal. In response, he assembled what the world had never before witnessed, the largest European army ever gathered. From across his vast empire and its satellite states, hundreds of thousands of soldiers marched under his banner. This Grand Armée, La Grande Armée, was not merely a force of war, but an instrument of dominance, forged to bring Russia back into submission. Thus began one of history's most fateful campaigns, the invasion of Russia.
Ваше Величество, что приказа? Вперед! Всем приготовиться! Милорд! Вашим услугам! Приготовиться! Марш!
The French had pushed deep into our lands. Ahead of them stood Smolensk, an ancient city guarding one of our most vital arsenals. If it fell, the road east would lie open, and our capacity to resist would be gravely weakened. In a desperate effort to halt the advance before winter fully set in, we gathered our army. Regiments were called from across the empire, forming a line of defense before the city's walls. Now, at Smolensk, we prepare to face Napoleon himself. The French advanced slowly, but without fear. Their ranks are filled with some of the most elite soldiers on the continent, veterans of countless campaigns, disciplined and relentless. Even weakened, they remain a formidable force. For that reason, we proceed with caution. We hold our defensive lines in a measured, restrained posture, yielding nothing without purpose. Rather than reckless assault, we choose patience. From fortified positions, we wear them down, striking where we can, inflicting losses with calculated precision. If they insist on advancing, they will pay for every step in blood.
Nuestros hombres huyen, señor. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor. Los hombres están fatigados, señor. Necesitan descansar. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor.
We answer every French movement with sustained and punishing fire. Our artillery roars without pause, and volleys ripple across the field, cutting through their advancing ranks. Yet still, they press forward, particularly at the center, where the dense forest disrupts our lines of sight and fractures our coordination. In that tangled terrain, orders travel slowly, formations falter and confusion spreads. Worse still, our left flank has been savaged by enemy cavalry.
Nuestros hombres
Their
huyen,
charges
señor.
struck with speed and violence, scattering our formations and leaving that sector weakened. Now, our men their struggle to hold their ground. battered yet unbroken, as the battle hangs in fragile balance.
Nuestros hombres huyen, señor. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor.
Штаб слушается.
Nuestros hombres huyen, señor. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor.
Our entire army stands on the brink of collapse. The French artillery thunders without mercy, tearing gaps through our lines. Smoke blankets the field, and the ground trembles beneath the relentless bombardment. Formations that once stood firm now waver,
Los hombres están
splintered by
fatigados,
iron
señor.
and fire.
Necesitan
At
descansar.
any moment, the line may give way. Before us stand the superior French regiments, disciplined, advancing with grim determination. Our men struggle to hold, exhausted and battered, as the weight of the assault threatens to break us entirely.
Los hombres están fatigados, señor. Necesitan descansar.
We are lost. The French have shattered our right flank. Their columns have seized the central hill, and now they emerge from the forest like specters, disciplined, relentless, driving straight toward our last remaining battalions. Our lines
hombres
crumble beneath
huyen,
the
señor.
pressure. There is no restoring the field, no rally strong enough to turn the tide. The guns fall silent one by one, and the banners begin to withdraw. The day is lost. We must abandon the field.
Nuestros hombres huyen, señor.
Отходим!
Our army was defeated in the first clash with the French. Though we rallied and managed to withstand a second assault, our strength was shattered. The remnants of Napoleon's forces returned with ruthless determination, and what remained of our army was obliterated. Now, the road to Smolensk lies open, and beyond it, Moscow.
Ваш покорный слуга. Восторжествуем! Отступаем!
Winter has arrived. The snow now blankets the land, and the brutal Russian cold tightens its grip. The French, aware of the impossibility of advancing deeper into Russia before the season ends, have halted, scattered across occupied towns and fragile garrisons, weakened by hunger and frost. Now we strike. Seizing the moment, we move against their isolated positions. Decimated by the unforgiving winter, their once mighty army faces a new enemy, not only the cold itself.
Гренадеры готовы!
Nuestros hombres huyen, señor.
The French are determined to break our siege. Aware of their dwindling supplies and the hunger tightening its grip upon their ranks, they now gamble everything in a desperate attempt to shatter our encirclement. It is a bold move, born not of strength but necessity. They stake their lives on this assault, but we will turn their desperation against them.
Nuestros hombres huyen, señor.
готова!
Hemos tomado un edificio, señor. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor.
Пехота готова!
Nuestros hombres huyen, señor. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor.
The French fight with ferocity. Their assaults relentless and desperate. The costs and lives rises far higher than we had anticipated, and the field is strewn with the grim toll of their determination. Yet we endure. We possess more battalions than the enemy, reserves still ready to reinforce the line. And above all, our superior artillery continues its devastating work. Shells tear into the
Nuestros hombres
formations,
huyen, señor.
scrambling their ranks and shattering their cohesion. For all their fury, they bleed faster than we do. And slowly, the balance begins to turn.
Nuestros hombres huyen, señor. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor.
Нас не сломить! Отступаем!
The French disaster is at hand. Their soldiers, unprepared for the merciless Russian winter, struggle to endure the biting winds and endless snow. Frost claims what battle did not. Supplies vanish. Morale collapses. In these brutal conditions, they cannot fight as our men do, hardened, patient, and resolute. The once mighty army that marched so confidently into our lands now they are doomed.
Los hombres están fatigados, señor. Necesitan descansar.
This battle bears an unsettling resemblance to the last. Before us stands a smaller, desperate French garrison, cornered, hungry, and fully aware of what defeat would mean. We have learned from bitter experience that such men do not surrender easily. They will fight to the very end, driven by survival and pride. And we know the cost. Many brave Russian soldiers will fall before the final shot is fired. The struggle will be fierce, unforgiving, and paid for in blood. Yet no sacrifice is too great to expel the invader from our land.
Nuestros hombres huyen, señor. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor. Nuestros hombres huyen, señor.
The French had withdrawn the greater part of their shattered army back toward Europe. They know the disaster in Russia. Those staggering losses to cold, hunger, and relentless pursuit will echo across the continent. The illusion of invincibility has been broken. Across Europe, the powers that once bowed to Napoleon now watch, waiting for their moment to rise again. Yet the struggle is far from over. Though many French troops have retreated, garrisons remain scattered across our lands. And in a calculated move to buy time and divide our strength, the French have persuaded the Ottoman Empire to declare war upon us. Now, we are forced to shift precious resources southward to defend our frontier once more. The war widens. The burden grows heavier, but Russia endures.
останется